Hello and welcome to another Stamp with Amy K Facebook Live. And today I'm going to show you how I made a Christmas card with the Peaceful Boughs and Perfectly Plaid stamp sets from Stampin' Up! So they are actually two that are from the annual catalog that carried over, and they're two of my favorite ones. So they work perfectly with the designer papers and all the cool stuff that's in the current catalog. So I'm hoping that Facebook is going to cooperate today. Hey, Jackie and Karen and Rosie, thanks so much for hopping in. I've heard from a couple of friends of mine that Facebook has been behaving kind of naughty and has been like stopping videos in the middle. So if that happens, we'll figure it out. But I'm hoping that everything will be good. So, hey, Jeannie, I'm glad you're here. And Elise, I see you're here as well. So thanks for joining. And Karen. And Jean, so thanks for hopping in today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the card, and Catherine's here as well. So yay, glad you all are able to join today. So this is the card that we're going to be making. It's a pretty basic one with some, like I said, I love the plaid paper and I can't stop using it. And it's on sale this month, so I really can't stop using it now that it's on sale. So this is the card that we're going to be making today. And we are using the Peaceful Boughs stamp set. Again, this is one from the annual catalog. It carried over, was it a year or two ago? I can't even remember when it actually was first debuted in the catalog, but it's a beautiful stamp set, and it does have some coordinating dies with it. They're not bundled together anymore, but they do coordinate with each other. The little pine cone dies work together with the images on here, and then these die cuts are designed to cut out the sentiments on here as well. So hey, Beth, thanks for hopping in. Glad that you're here as well. And you've got the stamp and die set, so good deal. You can make the card hopefully today. So, all right, so this is the one of the stamp sets that we are going to be using today. And another one that we are using is the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. So this is one that I love. I love many of them, but I really love this one as well. So this is, again, another good one from the annual catalog. This one carried over. I'm pretty sure the first time this one was in the catalog was the last holiday catalog. So, hey, Linda, glad that you are joining from Idaho as well. So like I said, I think this was in the annual catalog, or the holiday catalog last year was when this one first came out. And there's a little tree punch that coordinates with it. Both of those are still available. We're not using the tree punch today. We're just stealing some of the sentiments out of here for my card. A couple other things that I used, of course, because I can't not use them, is the stitched rectangle dies. And I actually used those for the background. It was this one, which is the second largest one, that I used for the two background panels of designer paper. And oh, thanks, Linda. I appreciate that. So it's definitely a good set of stamps. And like I said, the annual catalog, I kind of forget because I get all excited about the new holiday stuff and kind of forget we have really good things in the annual catalog too. And then the other die set that I used on here is the stitched shapes dies, and I used the second largest of the ovals to cut out the sentiment on here. So it's pretty easy to use, pretty simple. So I have another beautiful set. Oh, okay, even have that stamp. Good. All right, so glad that y'all are going to be able to make this. So it's awesome. So a couple things before we get going. I am offering a little ordering bonus for the next week. So until next week, Monday, which is the 26th of October, if you place an order of $50 or greater through me, you get to pick an awesome free extra little goodie with your order. So I'm doing, it's what I call my paper and gift packaging sort of bonus. I try to do this before the holidays every year to get yourself ready. So you've got some envelopes, you got some card bases, you got some, whatever it is that you need for your holiday gifting and card making things. So there are actually 25 different items that you can choose from. And again, this is only from me. So it's available if you order through me, $50 or greater, during the next week. And this is in addition to your normal $10 thank you gift. You're also going to earn your Running Shoe reward points on all this. So the details are posted out on my blog today, which is stampwithamyk.com. So you can feel free to hop out there and take a look at it. And there are links to all the products. I know there are teeny tiny little pictures on that sheet that I just showed you, but just wanted to make sure that you knew about it. So go take a peek at my blog post today and you will see it. Next thing I wanted to let you know about is the Designer Series paper sale, which I talked about briefly earlier. Both of the papers on this card are actually on sale this month for 15% off. So Stampin' Up! Has got 15 select packs of Designer Series paper on sale for 15% off. And again, here are the packs of paper. Again, the details are posted on my blog, which is stampwithamyk.com. So you can go out there and take a peek anytime and see the list of papers on sale. And then the last thing I wanted to remind you about, and I promise we will get to stamping. The Curvy Celebrations bundle is actually going to be available starting on the 3rd of November. So this one's coming up soon. This stamp set and die set are actually going to be carrying forward into the new January to June 2021 mini catalog. So these two items will be available in that catalog. But they actually have some coordinating items that are going to be available only until January 4th. And that is the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the Classic Christmas 6x6 Designer Series paper. And as an added little bonus, if you order all of the stuff together, they're going to give you a 10% discount on the entire bundle. So that's a nice little bonus. So let me know if you have questions about that. Again, that will be available beginning on November 3rd until the 4th of January. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to answer anything. All right, finally to the card. So yeah, I talk too much. So, hey, Barbara, thanks so much. So I've got a card base here, which is soft suede, and I have it cut to 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. For this particular card, most of my card fronts, you can usually kind of switch it back and forth between the book fold card and this kind of tent fold card. But for this one, because we're wrapping some twine around the entire card front, it has to be this sort of a card base, otherwise it won't work quite as well. I mean, you could wrap it, I guess, the long way around, but it just depends on what you want to do with it. So, all right, so let me set that aside. And again, I've got my 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. This is from the 'Tis the Season 6x6 Designer Series paper, and this one is from the Plaid Tidings 6x6 Designer Series paper. And again, both of those are on sale this month. For 15% off from Stampin' Up. So that's a nice little deal. Get you ready for the holidays again. So, you know, like I said, I love these papers and I love that they're on sale. So that's always a good thing to get them a little less expensively. So, and when I adhered these onto the back, it's for a sketch challenge, and I'm sure you'll see that posted on my blog tomorrow. It's got kind of the crisscross panels on it. The one nice thing about adhering them on this way is that it's super easy to not have to be stressed about how to get them all straight. So you just sort of put them on, crazy looking, and that's how they're supposed to look. So I like that. Hey, Nancy, thanks for hopping in today. All right, so I just sort of cross them, and I try to give a good peek of the background paper. That's the only thing, is I'm always a little sad to cover up the background paper. But I love the plaid one on here so much that I couldn't not use that. So I went ahead earlier and pre-cut from Shaded Spruce a couple of die cuts with the Beautiful Boughs dies, and I just used this die and this die to cut. I cut 2 with this and 1 with this, and we are going to be adhering those to the card front with a couple of little glue dots. And so let me get those. And when I actually originally made the card, I'd cut a bunch of, I think I cut 3 or 4 of the smaller ones. And then I realized that, you know, one big one is essentially the same as 3 small ones. It's a whole lot less die cutting. So that's why I went with the 2 of the big one instead of doing a bunch of the little ones. So quicker to adhere on. So, all right, saved a picture of the card. Good card to make for a quick send. Yep, definitely it is. And actually, on my blog tomorrow, I always do a write-up for you, and it's a PDF tutorial. So you can actually just go out there and print it off for my blog tomorrow. It's got a picture of the card, all the details, links to the products that are used to make it. So hopefully that's a nice little resource that you guys are enjoying and using. And if you're not, go check it out and let me know what you think of it. So, because I've been doing that for the last, I don't know, a couple months or so. I can't remember when I started it. So, all right, so I have Chrome Cake cardstock next in soft suede ink, and I stamped the pinecone images from the Peaceful Boughs stamp set in soft suede ink on the Chrome Cake panel. And then we're going to use the dies to cut them out. All right, so again, these are the dies from the Beautiful Boughs Beautiful Boughs dies. So we're just going to take this die and this die, and my die cutting machine is set up off to my right side here so that I don't wiggle the table too terribly when I go to cut things out. So I'm just going to put these over the top, do a quick die cut with them, and I will be right back. Hopefully y'all are having a good Tuesday. The weather has been fantastic here, so had a little rain over the weekend, but it's beautiful outside today. I'm going to try to run these through quickly. course, every time I try to run them quickly, then is usually when I end up with one cut all sorts of crazy. But, I got one a little crazy. Not too terrible. We'll hide it. All right. So I got that one a little bit off center, but that's okay because we'll kind of take the smaller pine cone when we adhere them, and we'll just do that number with it, and nobody will notice. So, all right. Although I actually stuck them on the other way around. Maybe they will notice, but I can always pull it off and redo it if I need to. So, all right. Going to take a couple little glue dots here and tuck the pine cones under. Just go like this. And then I'm also going to take another glue dot here and just sort of tuck it up underneath the bigger pine cone just to make sure that it's stuck down at least to the greenery. And if I need to, I can tuck a couple of glue dots underneath the greenery as well, but just want to make sure that it's fairly secure on there. And then I'm going to take some of the linen thread and wrap it a couple times around the card front. You're getting snow in North Dakota? My goodness. Yes, Linda. Yep, I always put the measurements out there, so and specifically which die I used and all that sort of thing, so you'll know for cardstock cuts and all that. It'll all be out on my blog tomorrow. So, snow in North Dakota. I had heard my parents are in Iowa. I haven't heard from them, but I have heard from others that there is potentially snow in Iowa as well. So, it's a little too early for that, I think. Usually, you have to get through at least Halloween before I feel like it's okay to have snow. Ugh, too cold. But I know my friends from Canada, there are a couple friends I've got up in Canada that have had snow already too, and kind of a lot of snow, so yucky. Hopefully you're staying warm up north. All right, just tying a quick bow here, and I don't know if you saw what I did initially. When I use the thinner threads and things on my cards, I usually tie a little knot first to secure the bow, or to secure it to the card front, and then tie the bow part and make it look pretty, and nobody can tell that it's knotted underneath there. I'm definitely going to need to trim these up a little. I went a little bit, little too much on the linen thread for that one. Don't mind the tails being a little long, but that was a little exceptionally long. So, all right. Next up, we're going to do some stamping on the sentiment. And I've got Whisper White cardstock and Cherry Cobbler ink. Oh, it's snowy in Minnesota too. Ugh. Yikes. It's snowing because many of us are making Christmas cards. Yeah, I'm not ready for it anyway. So Cherry Cobbler ink and this sentiment from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. Just going to stamp that here. Make sure my paper doesn't have any goobers on it. Stamp it on the Whisper White. Lift it off. And then I'm also going to run this quickly through the die cutting machine. And again, I'm using the second largest of the ovals from the Stitched Shapes dies. So let me do that. Hopefully I won't cut this one all crazy. It's 80 degrees in South Carolina. Yeah, it's like 70 here today in New Jersey, which is kind of strange. We were a little cold and rainy over the weekend, and I guess we're making up for it today, so it's beautiful outside. Rosie says the weather makes her want to bake, 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 and she's making fudge and cookies. Well, I might just come your way. Yeah, for fudge and cookies, I could be talked into trudging through the snow. So you may see me, Rosie. All right, I'm using a couple Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere the die cut sentiment to the card front. It is amazing what I'll do for snacks, especially the sweet variety and anything chocolate. So, all right, then I'm going to take this and tuck it underneath my linen thread bow. Make sure that I'm on the card front, which is good. And then I'm just going to adhere it, hopefully straight to the card front with the Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I've got some of the holiday rhinestones, and I love that they have shaded spruce. And I'm going to use a couple of those to adhere around my sentiment and the greenery. And then we'll be done with the front of the card. So it's a pretty simple one, but I just love the layered panels, and you know, like I said, I think it's perfect. The plaids and everything are perfect for the holidays. So, all right, so the inside of the card, I kept pretty simple as well, because that's sort of my style. I've got a sentiment from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. Bacon sounds great to Jean. Oh, we got chili simmering. Yeah, see, like I said, I might have to make a few stops. So running around, getting a little soup, getting some baked goods. Yeah, I might have to, yeah. Like I said, I could trudge through the snow for some good food. All right, so stamp that in cherry cobbler ink, and then I've got one of the pine bough images from the Peaceful Bough stamp set, and I'm going to use a little shaded spruce ink. All right, glad that you're enjoying the live today, Linda. So, all right, use a little shaded spruce ink, and just I tried to tuck it in kind of around the sentiment. Hopefully I didn't stamp over the top of it. Ah, perfect. Okay. So that was my goal, is to kind of tuck it around the sentiment and have it coming in from the side. So let me get a little stamp and seal on this, and we will adhere it to the inside of the card base, and then we'll be all done with the card. So, and again, I'll be posting all the details out on my blog tomorrow, so feel free to stop out and take a look, and no need to worry about writing down card measurements and what I used and all that sort of thing today. It'll all be out there tomorrow, and I'll also link it up in this video, so you'll be able to go directly to the blog post and check out the details. So, all right, a little quick crease, and it looks like I got some shaded spruce on my finger. Yikes. All right. Good thing it's dark cardstock. So, okay. This is the one that I made today while we were in here stamping together, and this is my sample card. So hopefully you like it. Like I said, it's a super simple little design, and I love the plaid with it. You know, perfect for Christmas, perfect for the holidays. So thanks so much for joining today. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will plan to see you on my YouTube channel live on Friday around 2 o'clock Eastern time, and then back out here on Facebook Live again around 2 o'clock Eastern time next week, Tuesday. So until then, have a great week, have a great day, and we will chat soon.